Hey everybody, welcome back to Millennial Moms. I am Alisha. Thank you for joining us. We're gonna do some fun DIYs to show you how to use these gourds to decorate your house this time of year. It is Halloween time, yay! It means it's fall somewhere, not necessarily here in Texas, but I know it's out there. I believe it, I feel it, it'll come. But before we get started, you're gonna wanna go ahead and hit the little subscribe button so that you can join us all the time. We are talking all things pumpkin today. We're gonna do some fun DIYs to show you how to use these gourds to decorate your house this time of year. Think a little more chic and a little less shriek for most of our designs, but we do have one with the kiddos in mind. Think something wicked this way comes that will be fun for your little ones, I am sure. So let's get started. Okay, we are going to start with steam pumpkins. I really love industrial style. I love steampunk art. And we are going to create our own steampunk gourds today. I did get real gourds for this because these were actually cheaper than fake ones and had nice shape and they can stand on their own. I would have rather had maybe a butternut squash or something, but all the store had was spaghetti squash, and I probably looked funny because I kept setting spaghetti nut squash down on the ground to see which one would stand on its own. And here is our winner. But I wanted them to be able to stand and hold the weight of the little metal bits that I'm going to be attaching to them. I gathered a lot of this stuff from around my house, my junk drawers and such, but I did also go to the hardware store for a few extra pieces. And for once I was glad to not have someone come and ask if I needed help, because I would have been like, oh, do you have any pieces that would look good on a pumpkin? And they probably would have thought I was crazy. So I picked up these little guys to be his eyes and a few other pieces like that. But this is just something, you don't need specific items, it's just to be fun. I don't know if you can see here, these are fresh from the ground, so there's some dirt on them that I'll want to wash off first. And then I'm just going to be hot gluing all my little bits and baubles onto there until I'm happy with what it looks like. I've never done this before, so we're doing this together for the first time. Here we go. Next up, we are going to be making a gorgeous topiary. I actually came across a beautiful topiary on a store's website that they wanted $800 for. And they were advertising two in the picture, and I'm like, who buys two $800 topiaries of pumpkins? That's $1,600 to put out on your front porch for like a month. No thank you. So I decided I would try to recreate it as best as possible. This is the most expensive craft that we're doing today because there were just more pieces, and the most expensive part actually was the fake pumpkins that I got, but they were half off, so I would wait for a sale if you want to do something like this. So it wasn't too bad. This planter was only like $4. It's actually a hanging planter, but I needed one that would fit the size of my base pumpkin, and this was like 12 3/8 or something, and my first pumpkin is 12 inches. We're gonna go up from there. So I will be using a combination of spray paint and craft paint. I'll be cutting the stems off of the lower pumpkins. I'll probably hot glue them to each other once they're finished, and then just leave the little one on top with its stem. I did pick a different color scheme than the inspiration picture, and gonna be changing the way I paint each pumpkin a little differently than what the original was like. But that's the fun in this. You can paint things however you want, whatever colors you want, whatever designs, decorations, it's up to you. This is just to give an idea of something you can create using pumpkins in various sizes. Okay, let's see how this goes. Finally! It's a little harder than you would think it would be. But it's off. And you want to do this for all your lower pumpkins. Just leave the stem on your very top pumpkin. I spray painted the exterior of our pot black, and then after it dried, I taped off all of the areas I wanted to remain black, spray painted the exposed areas heirloom white, peeled the tape off while the paint was still wet, cut the stems out of the bottom 3 pumpkins, spray painted this one gold. I'm probably gonna go in and add some hand detail, maybe some black dots or something. There's a variety of ways you can get diamonds or checkered patterns, whichever you like best. With a friend of mine, we took 2-inch painter's tape and marked off every 2 inches using a tape measure, and then cut them into 2-inch squares, turned them into diamonds, and placed those little diamond bits of painter's tape around the pumpkin. It's not perfect, the pumpkin isn't completely uniform, it's bumpy, but it was a faster method for us since we're trying to accomplish a lot with these projects today. And you can see there is some overspray because the pumpkin is bumpy. The tape doesn't get down perfectly everywhere, but in those areas of overspray, you can honestly just touch them up with a Sharpie. You just want to be careful not to go into the white, so I'm gonna go through each of those areas with the Sharpie by hand. I'm also going to add a little bit more visual interest. Even though I love this classic color combination of black, white, and gold, I'm gonna add a little pop of Halloween with some green added in here and there. The $800 one is ceramic. It's definitely a higher quality item, but I don't necessarily want a ceramic item by my front door where people are going in and out anyways, especially my children. So this is not going to break if it falls over, and it costs way less money, not even 10% of what the other one costs. Next up, we have our Being Beautiful pumpkins. Hopefully they turn out beautiful. But we are going to be covering our pumpkins with beans or black-eyed peas. We got black beans, white beans, and black-eyed peas. Also some artificial flowers. You can get whatever you want. I love the texture and look of beans, that they have a matte finish, just a nice natural sort of design this time of year. I do have a Sharpie. I'm gonna draw some of my design, like a grid, on this white pumpkin for me to follow before I just start hot gluing beans all over the place. But yeah, this is a pretty inexpensive decoration to make. These were on clearance. The dried flowers were on clearance at the hobby store. Beans I bought to cover these, I had no idea how much I would need. So I bought a couple 2-pound bags of black beans and white beans, and the black-eyed peas as well, just in case you don't want to run out when you're almost done. But yeah, this is fun. The kids can help draw patterns on there or come up with different designs of their own. So everyone in their family could have their own sort of mosaic bean pumpkin. Beans come in a lot of colors. You can do green and red with kidney beans. Like, you can come up with all sorts of cool colors that occur naturally. So I'm excited to see how this one turns out. And finally, something wicked this way comes at last. For our last pumpkin, we will be making a little witch. I've seen it done online where they used an artificial pumpkin, and artificial pumpkins usually don't have a nice stem, so you can add foil, like wrap aluminum foil around the end of the artificial stem to make a nice point. But I saw this pumpkin and it already has the perfect witch nose. So I was like, why buy a fake one when you can't get much better than this? We are going to spray paint our pumpkin green and draw on her little face afterwards. And there are directions online you can find how to make a little witch hat, but I figured I was going to be a little burnt out after all of these crafts. So I was looking for one already made, and I lucked out. This actually originally apparently was part of some larger item because it was originally $17. But this was all that was left of it when I got to the store, and I asked the girl if they had others or hats like this, or if they would let me purchase this. And they did end up letting me get it for just a couple bucks instead of me having to buy all the supplies and make one myself. So I thought this was super cute to be our little pumpkin witch hat. I got some black moss for the witch's hair, and we're just going to be hot gluing these items onto our spray painted pumpkin. Okay, that was a lot of crafting. To recap, we have made our steam pumpkins, our beautiful pumpkins, and our cute little witch pumpkin. I would have to say my overall pick, best bang for your buck if you will, is the steam pumpkin. The pieces, I had a lot of them lying around my house. I didn't have to buy that much. They went pretty quickly to put together, and it was fun to do something so abstract. So this would be my pick of fun decoration to do in your house this Halloween. The beans, I also loved how they turned out, but I will warn you, they are very labor intensive, multiple man hours. I had a good friend helping, thank goodness, or I would still be sticking beans on pumpkins right now. But I love how they all turned out. Let us know which is your favorite in the comments below. And if you're planning on making any, we'd love to hear about that as well. For more videos that I'm in, you can click right up here. For more Millennial Mom videos, you can click right over here. And we'd love to have you subscribe. You can do so by clicking the little kissy face over here. Thank you guys so much. We hope you have a very happy Halloween. Bye-bye.